Welcome back to Game Devs Play Games, where you can watch games and practice game design, and we are back with Cuphead, and now Nathan's playing. So, we might make real progress.
Real progress! What? Oh, crap. What are you using?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. I got this.
It's fine.
Ow. Really, man?
I'm happy, though, that we made the choice early on to eventually go down to one player, because while I think we were able to keep up conversation early on, like, it's nice to be able to think clearly.
Yeah. And this way you can talk about things and...
While you just kind of do
crap.
stuff.
I thought, wow, you jumped really early, buddy. Or not jumped, but moved.
I have mixed feelings about the, what's it called? The teleport ability.
I feel like it's a cheat.
It's definitely like... It's easy mode, for sure. But it does have the distinct disadvantage of being somewhat unpredictable in terms of where you will land. And I think it's pretty easy to kind of like figure that out. But before you get used to it, it takes a little bit of like understanding it before you can really utilize it without landing somewhere that's going to leave you hurt. Nicely done. That was the first attempt.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I almost didn't make it. I almost got there.
I know.
Very
I was
close.
like...
I was like, this is where I die now.
This is one of those games that instills that sense of like... I mean, for most players, it's like, oh, I might as well restart because I've already taken damage. For me, yeah. I often am too stubborn to just give up, unless like I really suck right away. Well, sure. Time. I'm one of those kinds of players that, like, if even playing chess when I'm clearly losing, I refuse to give up. It's beyond the point of reason. It's just me being purely stubborn. But sometimes in
you
games
would
like
be
this,
the worst person to play a game in StarCraft against.
Yeah,
it was actually considered bad manners. It was considered bad manners if you clearly had lost but refused to quit, because to finish the game it would like a regular match would be about like 10-15 minutes, something like that. Like they could go up to 45, but generally like 15 minutes. And then you go 15 minutes, and then if a person refused to give up, you'd have to spend another 10 to 15 minutes finishing off everything. Yeah. You're that guy.
I 100% am that guy. Because I have fun. Even when I'm clearly losing, I'm still like, well, how can I do things to try to screw them over? Yeah. And sometimes it does turn around. Maybe not in StarCraft, but at least in a game like this.
Like, there's a learn, like, especially if it's your first couple times fighting a boss, or if you haven't got to a certain form yet, then at least you might as well try to see what that boss form can do.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so I gotta show you something. Who ever heard of a barbershop trio? If we can't find our fourth member, we'll never sound right again. Be a pal and let him know if you spot him. Want to? Alright, let us know if you spot him. Do. Hold that
I definitely... I kind of love barbershop quartets, I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
at last, I thought I'd never see another living soul again. I lost my way while searching for coins, of course. No one has money for haircuts these days, thanks to that blasted casino. Well, I'd better get back to my pals in the quartet. Yeah. Are they gonna sing a little song?
Maybe.
Oh my goodness. I'm so excited.
Oh boy, you did it! We're quartet once more. Gee, you must have run yourself ragged tracking him down. Yes, I'm exhausted. We can't thank you enough. Let's celebrate with a song. Ready, boys? Key of B flat. It's nice to rest your eyes and maybe go outside. Grab a book and get some air. So what are you waiting for? Why not take a quick break?
I mean, we don't have to listen to the whole thing, but it's definitely...
Oh, I can walk away. Actually, I thought I was stuck in it.
Oh.
Okay, well, you'll listen, like, you'll hear later. Basically, it's a song telling you to take a break.
That's kind of adorable.
Yeah.
It's right on theme, too, because the very opening of the game is quartet style, with, like, singing the Cuphead song.
Yeah. Wonder if it's the same singers.
I mean, I think so.
Let's do Lob and...
Risky business. Dang.
Getting down to it. What? I don't even remember what's... No, I think I need to... I don't remember.
Yeah, what's the super for the charge?
Oh yeah, I didn't get to use it, did I? Oh, we only have the smoke. Okay.
I mean, it gets to a point where I feel like it's more beneficial to just wait for the super. I forget what it's called. The Kamehameha.
Oh.
This guy's creepy.
I love this guy.
It's like a bumper car, except a roller coaster bumper car?
I didn't jump. I ran right into the duck.
So does he like wind up and then he launches? Oh, I see. So he's like a clown meets a roller coaster.
Yep.
He's creepy, although I'm kind of into him.
Charge shot is not the way to go.
There was definitely some kind of thing in old school animation where all characters, even villains, were basically always smiling. And like it still could definitely read as creepy.
You mean like that guy?
He's definitely kind of creepy. But I don't know what the exact intent was, but it might have been to be like, look, everybody's having fun, even the villains. And because it was, for kids to watch primarily, I think that was the idea. It was like trying to be a happy everything always, even with the villains. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just something that I heard. But I think that's interesting to like, if that is true, that's like what the design intent was for old school animation.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. I don't see why not, I guess, is really my response. Oh, crap.
That horse, though, is kind of
the best thing ever. My favorite is him riding on it. Look at his face, man. I love it. Ah, crap. All right, that's me being stupid. No more.
There's definitely faster turnaround times when you're playing single player. I've come to find, like, we get to that point in 2-player mode where it's like we are clearly losing and very unlikely to actually survive.
But there's a chance that we could because there's 2 of us.
Yeah, exactly. And we get the sense of longevity because we can revive each other. Whereas with single player, you just have to be good enough to survive, which means it's all or nothing. You just either die or you don't die. And you also just naturally go through the boss's waves a lot faster. Nice! That was narrow. Threading the needle on that, man.
Do. Ah, you son of a bitch.
He is having so much fun.
Look at him. Ah, my God, I'm not... Alright, so you know how they telegraph every attack? They telegraph the roller coaster coming around. You can see it in the background.
Oh, they do. They absolutely do. I didn't put 2 and 2 together because I didn't realize.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those bosses I probably spent more time trying to beat than I should have, honestly.
I mean, that's fair. He does seem pretty tough, especially because you didn't even see the final wave yet.
No.
They definitely throw a lot at you from kind of like around the corner. And there's a lot of like pushing you into really narrow, tight maneuvers.
Tight little spots. Yeah, absolutely.
So it is pretty tough just on its own. That is a pretty great animation, though.
Look at him. Like, I can't be mad at him. No.
Oh.
I hate that form. I mean, I hate the yellow donkey specifically.
Do you think he's, like, supposed to be anything? Or is he just, like, some weird, freaky clown guy?
I don't know if there's, like, an inspiration for it. Nope.
Yeah, now that I realized that the one boss was Rita Repulsa, and you mentioned one boss that's, very, like, Robotnik.
Oh, Robotnik meets, Dr. Wily.
Yeah, so I wonder how many of these bosses had a more direct inspiration, and how many were just, like, for the fun of it. You know, like the flower, for example, maybe was just like for the fun of it.
It's possible. As I said, though, that flower does remind me a lot of the giant piranha plant boss from Yoshi's Island.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, who knows? I'd be curious to see if anyone has gotten like
Can I not
that
jump there?
info out of interviews with the devs. So that seems like a fun topic to talk about. Nice. That's such a sad way to die. Oh. Every time with that nose on the roller coaster, I think that's your demise. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Holy shit. Are those platforms that you can jump on? Oh. Wow, that saved you. I mean, like, some nice juking skills also saved you.
No. Well, you called it. You eventually got me.
Dang,
I should probably
you were
use my
close.
super.
Yeah, you probably would have won if you had done that. But, you know. That maneuver is so funny to me too, because it's like, oh, I'm in a bumper car, but I'm kind of stuck on the wall, so I'm gonna slowly creep towards you, kind of going back and forth until I figure it out.
Why do I keep getting hit on the first form? I need you to understand. I'm very upset that I keep getting hit on the first form. It's really upsetting me.
It's okay, buddy. We can't all be perfect. Aww. I mean, that's a good call, but aww. Yeah, these guys, I guess for a while I just kind of assumed that they would have about 3 forms each. But they start just having a lot.
Yeah.
That's cool because it means that the bosses are
Okay, I need to stop trying that. That's why I keep getting hit. Okay, go on.
Yeah.
Go on. You.
It just means that there's a lot of depth to the bosses. In a way, it kind of like tells this little narrative through their constantly transforming stages. Which I like that too. I think that's really interesting. Like, we get a little story out of every single one of these fights.
Yeah, I think in general it also completes a narrative for the area.
Yeah, absolutely. Because this whole area is sort of like carnival-esque.
Yeah.
And this boss fight is like the perfect
epitome of
amalgamation of it, yeah. Whereas like the Candyland one was like, it kind of fits, but it doesn't totally fit, but it fits enough to justify its existence.
There's also a timing thing with this. Oh boy. Okay. If you don't have... okay.
It's okay, that was the first hit. You're still good.
Blah, 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 blah.
You're on the final form.
Donkey.
Final form, 2 health left. You have maxed out super, by the way.
This is my final form.
So gross how dangly he is. Alright. Ooh. Oh,
Man, that sucks.
super.
2 seconds. Nope.
That was good, though.
I don't want to see how close I got.
You just know you'll be disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Does it say wallop? The start of the stage? Wallop!
Like the guy? The
Well,
commentator?
both like on the screen and the
God.
commentator. I think they're saying the same thing.
You know what? Maybe I just need regular bullets for this. Maybe I'm being too greedy trying to use the
lob?
the lob. Because basically this fight hinges on you being able to hit those ducks, and if you can hit the ducks, that means you can dash over them. But I keep not being able to dash. Like, I keep getting hit by the ducks every time I try it. So I need a constant stream of... There we go. Okay.
That's fair.
We can do this.
Yeah, I was actually going to say, I think that the starting gun actually...
It's useful for every fight.
Yeah, exactly. It never becomes obsolete, which that to me is really awesome.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now, like, your secondary gun should be... your secondary gun, like, you can cater per specific fight. Like, some it's really good to use the charge shots, some it's really good to use... I mean, this is actually useful for a lot of them. Later on, there's certain bosses you just can't get close to.
Yeah, that's definitely something I was sort of anticipating, which I didn't really encounter that while I was still playing, but...
Man.
I guess the Candyland, one of the forms was definitely hard to reach. Yeah, I like that some fights cater more to other weapon types than others. I think that was an important design choice to justify the variety of weapons. And even that being a player-controlled mechanism, I think is even more important, because then that means that there's both a level of strategy to your choices, but it's also a matter of like understanding the bosses you're facing and what would be most effective against them. So the bosses are the justification for trying new weapon loadouts.
Yeah.
Whereas the weapons themselves encourage different strategies, especially when you consider how you create a set of weapons in your arsenal.
There's I mean, that's interesting you bring that up. There's so like you obviously using this close range, this is like the most powerful weapon if you're close up. No, actually, that's the same way last time. I need to just jump on those things. I don't know. I'm not doing it. I'm not thinking.
And that's what I was gonna say, but I wasn't gonna say it.
Shut
so
up.
let's just put that out.
Oh,
whoop!
When you're not paying attention. Like using the boomerang weapon.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain times where you have to be, like you basically you're forced to turn the other way.
Oh
Man. I looked so cool for a second. But yeah, there's certain times when you're like jumping away from your opponent, and in that time you could be using the boomerang. Thanks.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and that's why when you started using it, and I didn't really know how the boomerang worked, that's why I was like, this is going to be really powerful, because a lot of the times you're going to be running away from your opponent rather than toward them.
And there's certain fights where you were just like you're straight up running from them. Like, I don't mean like partially, I mean like the whole fight is you running away from the fucking dog heads.
Yeah, sometimes, is there some element of RNG with where the dog heads spawn?
It's, yeah, there's, you see the little pipes here.
Like pipes pop up and that's where the dogs come out of?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I guess I didn't hit the duck.
Yeah, because sometimes the dog balloons seem to be in a less opportune position for escaping. And I can't tell if that's just the RNG or if it was just an intentional layout.
Fall off. Okay. So,
in a way, this guy...
So see these pipes?
Oh, I see.
They'll appear out of there, but as to which one, that is random. So you can't quite predict their moves, which is good, because it's switching it up on you.
Yeah, there's not a ton of anticipation you get out of them either, because sometimes it just poops out steam, sometimes it poops out a balloon. And I think that's okay, honestly, because you're probably not going to be directly on top of it when it does spit out one of the balloons. Oof.
That sucks.
Yeah. Getting cornered like that is less than ideal.
Yeah.
Alright, this time, don't try to jump across the entire train. This time, jump on the carousel.
No promises. That back of the part can hurt you, by the way, the spike part.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was the case. So you can jump up there, yeah. You good, man. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Don't get hit by baseballs. Oh.
I got hit by... Is that what you wanted me to do?
Close. Aw, if you had just used your super...
No.
If you had just used your super...
It required a little bit more than that, buddy.
Yeah, I wonder which super the devs were saying was broken.
I wonder if it's one of the ultras or just like a super.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe the charge shot?
Oh, I could see that being...
Because this super is actually the weakest super in the game, in my opinion.
Right, because it just hits everything, but it disperses the damage because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of my... Wow. Nicely done.
Not this time.
Not that time. Yeah, that was my one thing of trying to, like, kind of go away from the, that gun was because...
Shit.
Well, until we got the ultras, and then I just started using nothing but ultras, but... Man, pairing...
I didn't mean to do that. Well, at least I'm hitting him.
It's true.
And the sooner you use the super, the faster you'll get it back.
That's true. There's a bit of resource optimization there where it's like, it almost behooves you to use it immediately.
The light was out on it, on the nose, which meant I hit it.
You might have hit it and, like, still hit a spike at the same time. Yeah, I don't know. It was hard to tell. Alright, this is your last attempt before we end the episode.
Yeah, I know. We're probably way over.
Not by a ton, but by enough to matter. So, give it all you got, basically. In a weird way, this guy kind of reminds me of, the Joker. Like, DC Joker.
Like, very, like, original.
Yeah, not like Dark Knight Joker. I mean, like, cartoon, like Batman animated series Joker.
Yeah.
I mean, he's obviously way goofier than that, but I don't know, there's something like the way he's sinister resonates similar to me. Because he's clearly evil, but like, hot damn if he's gonna have some fun while he's being evil, and it's not gonna make any sense.
I love that face. Like, it's like, not even like he's trying to hurt you. He's just there for the thrill of the ride.
Oh, absolutely. Like, you're secondary. Killing you doesn't really matter, so long as he's having fun riding his horse.
Well, he's really, like, and now he's just a carousel. He's not actively trying to hurt you.
This reminds me of, isn't there a Kirby boss that kind of does the same thing with the tree?
Yeah. All it does is, like, blow wind at you and acorns. Ah, crap.
I feel like I've seen other bosses similar to this style too, but I don't. There's something.
No.
Oh, all right. Well. Oh, painful. What do you call a cup that falls off a swing? A tumbler.
All right, next episode.
All right, question of the day. Boy, I feel like we had a good conversation about something. I don't remember it.
Why can't I beat this guy all of a sudden?
I'm
better than this.
How does the player's ability to choose different weapon loadouts, how did they utilize that in the boss design to create a more interesting experience?
Yeah. I imagine when Tess played this, they had them go through every, like, single weapon combination for each boss.
Oh, I promise you that they were like, all right, this boss for this wave is going to be weak against this gun and weak against this gun for this wave. And then some test player went in there with, like, the charge shot and just, like, annihilated everything.
They're like, boomerang charge shot OP. Boomerang charge shot OP.
And they're like, what? But those are supposed to be, like, mediocre weapons for this fight. And then they watch the player go through and they're just like, I never expected this to be the approach. So that's how it goes, man. That's why playtesting's important.
I'm changing to the charge shot.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Check out Cuphead and stay tuned for the next episode.
Yeah.
Bye.